we're going to start by bringing our right ankle up above the left knee. If you can't do that, if that's not available today, which happens, slide that ankle down and just cross your ankles. We're going to pause here for a moment and breathe. And so we have the left hand, the left leg is on, the right leg is on top of the left knee. We're going to take the right hand and bring it to hold the left foot. If you can't grab your foot, you can rest it on your ankle or your calf, or if you're crossed at the ankles, rest it on your knee. So we got this hand here. We're going to take the opposite hand, which is going to be the left hand, and we're going to bring it underneath and hold the ankle. So we've crossed our wrists here. We're going to breathe in and we're going to raise the foot. Keep it resting, but we're just turning it toward the body, and we're going to lift our heart. Breathe here. And then relax and allow the foot to return to neutral. So there'll be movement in the spine. You're going to feel this in your glutes. We're going to breathe in again. Draw that foot up and relax. And again. And relax. And again. And then we're going to bring that foot to the floor gently. We're going to pause here and notice the energy in our body on the right side and on the left side. You know me, I like to scoot forward a little bit in the chair, so I found myself a little far back on that one. And now we're coming to the left ankle, coming up to rest on top of the right knee. Again, you can cross at the ankle. And this time we're taking that left hand to hold the bottom of the left foot, and then the right hand comes underneath to hold the ankle, so the wrists are crossed. If you're crossed at the ankles, just cross your hands on the thigh. We're going to breathe here, and we're drawing the foot toward the body, and then away from the body, back to a neutral position. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Again. And release back to the floor. Slowly and gently coming on back. We'll pause here. And gently rounding the spine, we're going to come into a cat posture. And then we're going to bring the left shoulder forward. Turn the head to look to the right. Maybe the hand slides down the leg. And then we come back to center. We're still in that cat arch. So the upper back is forward, and we're going to slide that left hand down and look to the right. And now let's go back and forth with our breath. Breathe in the center. And on the out breath, take the twist. Breathe in to come back to center. And on the out breath, take the twist. So we're keeping the upper back soft as we go back and forth. Waking up the spine. One more time on each side. Oh. And then we come back to neutral. I had a dream last night. And in my dream, I was asked a question, what do you need right now? And the answer was, I need space. And I found that to be very interesting. And so I'm creating space in my body today with this practice. We're going into the places that feel tight on my body, and maybe they're going to feel tight on your body too, so that we can create a little more spaciousness inside of our body so that we can enjoy life just a little bit more. Slide the hands out on the knees and gently cup the knees, lift the heart and create a cow arch in the back. So now the heart is lifted. We can feel the abdominals engage here. We're not craning our head back, but there's a little tilt to the head. And then we come back to neutral. We're going to do this with a breath cycle of breathing in to expand. And on the out breath, we come back to neutral. We're creating space in our spine. You might notice that there's a rocking taking place in the sits bones as you do this. Rocking forward on the in breath and then back to neutral on the out breath. We'll do that one more time. And then we come back to neutral. Pause here. Taking the left hand, we're bringing it across the body to rest on the outside of the right thigh. Heart lifts and we twist. I'm twisting toward the garden. So we're twisting to the right side, press into the left foot. On the next in-breath, we come back to center. We're going to take that right hand to the outside of the left thigh, lift the heart as we twist, now to the left, pressing into the right foot. And then we come back to center, pausing here with our breath. And maybe noticing if the breath moves a little more deeply or a little more fully. Maybe you notice that you can find the low belly. I just saw a couple of jaws fall open there. Yeah, when we stop to pause and connect with breath, sometimes the jaw softens. Let's take the head now to the left side. So we're gently bringing the ear toward the left shoulder. Keep the left shoulder down. It may want to rise up. And you might notice some tension into the neck. Anyone with me there? Maybe it radiates down into the shoulder, maybe all the way down the arm. Follow the tension in the neck on the right side. Follow it with breath. And notice how far the muscles in the neck travel and what they impact in your body. And now I'm just keeping my ear toward my shoulder, but I'm turning my nose up a little bit toward the ceiling. So now I found another spot of enjoyment. Smiling here, breathing here, and following the breath into the musculature of the neck, the upper shoulders. Perhaps all the way into the upper back. And now we're going to turn the nose down toward the left shoulder. So we're doing a somatic practice right now where we travel slowly and pay attention to what's going on inside our body. And we use our breath to anchor the practice of exploration. And now the chin is going to scoot along the collarbone to the center. We'll bring our hand to the forehead, a hand to the chin, lift the head. Pause here. And now explore the side that we just worked, all the way down into the sits bones. See if there's a resonance or a fascia track that you can follow from the release of the muscles here and the fascia here. Can you follow it all the way down? Maybe even into your feet. Breathing. Yeah. We're going to travel to the other side now, and we're going to allow that ear to travel toward the right shoulder. And we're resting here, just following the breath into all of the musculature, all of the fascia, all the connections. You, like me, may notice a vast difference between one side and the other. Following the breath now, we breathe into the muscles and the fascia that are stretching. We're noticing all of the places as far as the breath can travel that notifies us of musculature relaxing or releasing. And now the ears staying here, we're turning the nose up toward the ceiling, and we're going to pause when we feel the first sense of tightening in the neck. And we breathe here. I had 4 hours of Zoom calls on Monday, and I realized all that screen time really impacted my body. And now we're slowly going to turn the nose down toward the shoulder, and we're following the track of release or tension with our breath. And then scooting the chin along the collarbone, we're coming back to center. One hand under the chin, one hand on the forehead, lift the head. And now find your breath here. Notice whether or not the jaw has softened a little bit. Notice whether or not the breath moves a little more deeply into the body. And now we're going to come to standing. I'm going to turn my chair sideways. I'm going to do a few down dogs on the chair, moving into plank. Using the chair, remember, grip the side of the chair with your hands. Not putting the hands flat on the chair. They're going to be cupped and holding the edge of the chair. That makes it easier on the wrist. We sweep up. We fold to the seat of the chair. Step the right foot back and then the left foot coming into down dog. Let the head release between the upper arms. 3 breaths here. Soften between the shoulder blades. Lift the sits bones. And now we're going to hinge forward. We're coming onto the ball mounds of the feet as we come into plank. We're pausing here for 3 breaths. If at any point 3 breaths is too much, hinge back into down dog. And we're all going to do that now. Hinging back into down dog. Breathe here. And on the next out breath, come forward into plank. Breathe in, hinge back. Breathe out, come forward. Of course, if you want to hold any of these postures, you're welcome to. We're just doing a little vinyasa flow today to really get the blood moving. We're going to do a few more of these. When you're coming forward, see if you can keep your bum in alignment with the spine. And when you come back, see if you can lift your bum a little bit higher toward the ceiling. The next time you're in plank, step forward. Sweep the arms up and come into mountain. Sweeping the arms up. Pretend like you're sitting back in chair. We're coming Utkatasana, fierce pose. And then release the hands to the chair. The knees are bent. Step back with the right foot. Release the whole foot to the floor. Straighten the back leg. Straighten the front leg. Allow your head to travel toward the chair or toward your shin. Breathe here, 3 breaths. Hello, hamstrings. Bend your knees. Step forward with bent knees. Sweep up through chair. Here we go. Come on up, all the way up. Sit back in chair. And bring the hands to the chair. Step back with the left foot. Release the foot to the floor. So we want to make sure that foot's flat on the floor. So it may be a close stretch. It may be a little longer. Straighten the front leg. Release the head toward the seat of the chair or toward your calf, your shin, your thigh. Breathing 3 breaths here. Bend the knees. Step up with the left foot. Keep the knees bent. Travel up through chair. Here we go. Breathe out as we sit back in chair. Holding the edges of the chair. This time we step back with the right foot. Keep the left knee bent. We're coming into the top of a lunge. Maybe your fingertips are touching the chair. We're weighted in the front leg. Step up with the back leg, knees bent, rise up through chair. Fold again, bringing the hands. We're coming to chair again, hands to the chair. We're stepping back now with the left foot. Right knees bent. We're on fingertips here. Pausing and breathing, feeling the heat building in the legs. And then with knees bent, we step forward, rise up through chair, and pause in mountain. Shake it out. Taking your feet wide. Wide as the mat, maybe a little wider. We're going to turn the left foot in slightly, and then we're going to turn out the right foot. Bend the front knee, that would be the right knee. Rest the hand on top of the thigh, so the right hand, right thigh. Now we're going to hitchhike. So we're bringing the thumb up like we're hitchhiking. Sweep it over the head. Bring it behind. Thumb up. Look to the right. Look to the left. To the right. And to the left. One more time to the right. And one more time to the left. Release the back hand. It rests gently. Both feet, the front leg straightens, both feet turn forward. The right foot now turns in ever so slightly, and we're turning the left foot out. Bend that knee. See if the knee can align with the second and the third toe. We're resting the left hand on the left leg. We're going to hitchhike again. So here we go. We're doing a rotation, coming into a hitchhiking posture. We're going to look to the left, then to the right, to the left, and then to the right. Feel the strength in the legs to the right, left, and then back to the right. We're going to release that backhand, toes turn forward, hinge forward, bringing the hands to either the chair or the floor. We're coming into a wide angle, down dog. Nice stretch here. Let the head relax between the upper arms. And then we're going to rise up, step or hop the feet together, shake it out, and we'll make it back to our chairs. Yeah, I like the shaken lady. There we go. So coming to seated, scoot forward on the edge of the chair. And just settle here for a moment with breath. Allow the practice today to integrate. Emily Dickinson says, hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. We open our arms